Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So we are going 3 for 3. This is our third Halloween set and today I'm super excited about this nail set. And I know it's literally probably the 30th when you're going to be seeing this, but it doesn't matter. We've got one more nail set coming after this one, but this one I'm excited about. This will probably be my favorite one after the centipede nails that I did 2 videos ago. So yes, let's go ahead and get into it. So here is what my natural nails are looking like. I do still have a little bit of black gel polish from my last nail set, so we have to do a little bit of prep work. So the first thing I'm going to do is push back my cuticles. Next, I'm going to go around my cuticles using this cuticle bit here. This is just going to help me further lift up the cuticle area. Next, I'm going to clip my cuticles using my cuticle nippers. And during this step, I'm only cutting the area that's like kind of white and crusty. You don't want to accidentally cut your skin and cause damage and bleeding because that's just not fun. So definitely do be very careful during this step. And now I'm going to go in with a ball bit to help smooth out the skin around my cuticles. So sometimes when I clip my cuticles, I get kind of like these ragged pieces. So this is just going to help to smooth out that skin. Okay, so I think that's all the prep work that I'm going to do for today. I'm just going to very quickly put on my matte peel off base coat and I'll come right back. All right, so I have my matte peel off base coat fully applied and I also went ahead and sized out all of my nail tips for today. So a little update on my nail beds. I mentioned this in a video a while ago that my nail beds are shrinking and the sizes of my nails are like getting smaller. So I'm normally a number 5 for my pointer finger and my ring finger, but I'm now a number 6. And I think for my middle finger, I'm also a number 5 when normally I'm a number 4. So I don't know, if you know more about this, definitely do let me know in the comments, but my nail beds are shrinking. So I don't know what that's about, but I do think that that is very interesting. But anyways, as always, I'm gonna go ahead and cure these on using a little bit of base coat. And now I'm going to go over everything with a single layer of base coat. All right, that layer of base coat is fully cured and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting these down. So we're gonna be cutting these down into some stilettos, but I didn't wanna use my actual stiletto nail tips because those are super thin and skinny and straight. Whereas the stilettos that I'm going for today are gonna be stiletto, but like kind of slightly round, if that makes sense. So I'm first gonna cut it down using my tip cutters. So this looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna take my straight edge nail clippers and cut it into a rounded stiletto shape. So it's gonna look something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing to the rest of my nails. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and file everything nice and straight. Okay, so this is the shape that I'm going for. It's not perfect, but it's good enough so that I can move on. So we are finally ready to move on to the application. All right, this is what my application is looking like, and look at my, okay, look at my thumb. So yeah, I kind of used a bead that was a little bit too big. So just disregard her. Okay, let's just ignore her. Now, just a little disclaimer. I know it looks a little bit red around my cuticle area, and I promise that is not irritation. This is actually red chrome powder. Now, let me tell you guys a little story. So when I was doing my centipede nails, I used some red chrome powder, and every single time, and I'm not even joking, every single time that I use that red chrome powder, I spill it everywhere. And so I had to clean it up, and I ended up like dusting it off of my table using my brush. And as you can see, my brush is ruined and there's like red all up in here. So, but before I did my application, I did kind of like dust off my nails and get rid of that dust from shaping these up. So a lot of that chrome powder kind of transferred onto my nails. So that is why it looks red. So for anyone who was wondering, do not worry, my nails are okay. They are not inflamed. It's just red chrome powder. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start shaping up these nails. And the first thing I'm going to do is start shaping the side walls and undersides of my nails using my 80/80 grit nail file. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and seal my cuticles using this carbide bit here. Okay, change of plans. Instead of using the nail file to file the free edge of my nails, I'm actually just gonna carry this carbide bit all the way down the surface of the entire nail. All right, and next I'm gonna go ahead and buff my nails using my mini buffer. All right, so the shaping and filing is all done. I'm going to very quickly wash my hands and I'll come right back. All right, so I went ahead and washed my hands and we are ready to move on to today's nail art. Now this is very exciting because we are gonna be doing some spider eye nails, and I saw this set on Instagram and I definitely felt like I wanted to give it a go because it looks kind of complicated, but I want to give it a try. So we're going to do that today, but let me go ahead and get everything that we're going to need for today's nail set. All right, so this is everything that we're going to need for today's nail set. So the first thing that you're going to need is, of course, some top coat. Next, we're going to need some black and some white gel polish. And I'm also going to be using this eggshell white gel polish, and it kind of has a yellowish tint to it. I'm also going to be using this dark red jelly gel polish. And of course, we're going to need some rhinestone glue. All right, so that is everything. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So of course, I'm going to start out by getting my mixing plate. And the first thing we're going to do is draw on a French tip. So let's just put a little bit of this white gel polish onto our mixing plate. And of course, before we do anything, we're going to wipe off our nails with some isopropyl alcohol to get rid of any excess oils and dirt. Okay, so you guys, I actually got some new line art brushes because my last ones were just sad and depressed and deprived and they needed to go. So I got some new ones. Now to create our French tip, I'm gonna be using this long line art brush. All right, so I'm gonna, oh my God, do you guys hear the squeaking? That's ridiculous. Okay, sorry in advance. I apologize in advance if this is really annoying, but it's like squeaking up against my gloves. But the first thing I'm gonna do is dip into my white gel polish, and I'm going to start probably here because I don't want these to be like super high up. But then again, like I'm going to be drawing a spider on these, so I don't want it too low either. So I think about halfway through the nail is pretty good. And I'm just going to curve in either side. Now for today, I'm not going to go super deep with this French tip because I don't want it to look odd with the shape. But of course, feel free to do any type of French tip that you feel comfortable with. All right, so I have something that looks like this. And before I cure it, I'm just going to wipe down the sides. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. All right, and I'm gonna go in with a second layer. Y'all, random side note, I am so upset. So I brought a LaCroix in here so that I could do my nails and have a good drink. And that was over 2 hours ago. And now it's hot and I'm so upset, but I'm still gonna drink it anyway. Wait, can you guys hear this? A little bubble ASMR. So the French tip on this finger is done. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the rest of my nails and I will come back. Okay, so all of the French tips are done. And the next thing I'm gonna do is start drawing on these like eyeballs. So I'm first gonna take this rhinestone glue and I'm gonna put a little bit of this onto my mixing plate. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this eggshell white and mix it into the rhinestone glue. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And I'm gonna take the same dotting tool and I'm gonna dot a sphere onto the center of the French tip. Now, I'm not exactly sure how big to go, but I think I don't want to go too big. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for about 30 seconds. And I'm just gonna draw these eyeballs on the rest of the nails. Okay, step 2 is done. Now I'm gonna take some of this jelly red and I'm gonna use this to draw some veins as well as some blood. So I think the first thing I wanna do is probably draw these veins. And for that, I'm gonna use this really short line art brush and I'm just going to tap into this jelly red and I'm just going to make some tiny veins on the eyeball. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. All right, now let's dip into this black gel polish and we're gonna be drawing the iris. I believe that's what it's called, like the black part of the eye. I'm just gonna take my dotting tool and I'm going to make a black dot. So like this, it's already starting to come together. I really like that. Having eyes on my nails is just it's a bit much. Looking at someone else with eyes on their nails is very different than like drawing eyes on your nails yourself. Like that I don't know, this is just creeping me out. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. And just for reference, I'm only like flash curing it. So probably about 10 to 15 seconds. All right, so the next part is to draw a red dot in the middle of this, but I don't have a regular red for some odd reason. I really don't know why I don't have a regular red. So instead of that, I'm actually gonna do a layer of this white first. So kind of like that. And then once I cure this, I'm gonna go over it with the red. So if you have a regular red gel polish, do use that instead. I just keep forgetting to buy some, so disregard me, okay? And again, I'm curing this for about 10 to 15 seconds. And to finish off the eye, I'm gonna go in with a very small, tiny dot of black. Okay, so the eyes are pretty much done. And if you do these a little bit bigger, you can kind of go in with more detail here and there. But I really want to focus on the legs of the spider most and not so much the eyeball. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna start drawing the actual spider. And I'm going to draw a little body segment just on top of the eyeball. I'm kind of making a rectangular shape for this part. So something like this, just a little dash. And I'm gonna draw the antennae of the spider. This is very similar to what I did in the centipede nails, just kind of making little dashes to represent the segments of these legs, or in this case, the antenna. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing the legs of the spider. So just like that. And now I have to do this another 7 times. So let me go ahead and speed through this. All right, so this is what I have and I really like this. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for about 30 seconds. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing to the rest of my 4 nails and I'll come right back. Okay, and the last step to finish off the nail art is to add some drops of blood underneath the eyeballs. So I'm gonna go back in with this jelly red and I'm gonna use my dotting tool to first create some drops of blood. And now I'm gonna go in with my line art brush and just connect it and bring it up towards the eyeball to kind of make it look like drops of blood running down. And then I'm just gonna connect it around the eye. So it looks a little bit something like this. And I'm gonna do that to the rest of these droplets. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. Okay, so we are finally done with the nail art. Finally, this took a long time. So the last thing I'm gonna do is go over this with a layer of top coat. Okay, and lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off with a little bit of cuticle oil. And that completes today's set. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this one. This nail set is definitely not for anyone who doesn't like bugs or blood or anything like that. But I had so much fun doing this nail set and I absolutely love the outcome. Even though the eyes are like kind of creepy and it kind of makes you creeped out to look at it, I still really do like them. Of course, I would love to know what you guys think of this nail set down in the comments. Would you wear it for Halloween, which is literally today by the time this goes up? Earlier in the video, I did say that I have one more nail set coming after this that is Halloween based. So yes, do stay tuned for that because it is coming. It will definitely be going up before the end of the first week of November, which is so late. But I still want to get these out for you guys so that you guys have some Halloween inspiration. And I am really having a good time like doing Halloween nail sets. But it is coming to an end and I'm ready to kind of resume fall nails. But as always, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in today and I will see you guys in the next one.